All right, let's get on to the news. And, of course, the big news this week was a celebration for women and for all of us. As Tom asked, is it OK that women got the vote 100 years ago this week? Drew and Drew. I mean, we're assuming Tom was asking that in a positive way. We're assuming he wasn't...
I really hope that Tom's not sat home and thought, I'm really not sure on this, so I'm going to ask the three blokes on the telly on a Friday.
It was 100 years ago this week that some women were allowed to vote in the UK following a campaign that included protests, rallies, arson attacks and smashing the windows of shops like Liberty and Burberry.
Some high-class vandalism, though, isn't it? Yeah. Ain't looting your Sports Direct. That's proper hardcore.
How much for a scarf? Fucking hell!
Hundreds of women were arrested and, look, some died, including Emily Davison, who fell under one of the King's horses during the running of the Derby. Now, some say she committed suicide, others think she was trying to pin a scarf on the horse. Either way, if Piers Morgan was around, he would have tweeted, "Can you imagine what would happen if a man did this?" hashtag not all horses. Maya and Faye, how did you feel this week about the anniversary?
Well, I felt empowered. I think it's incredible. I'm like, go us. I'm glad that those women did what they did then because we can now vote. And, yeah, it's incredible. It's a moment for us to be like, yeah, we're women and we've done a good thing and it's time you lot recognised.
Yeah.
Not everything's solved, obviously, but we're trying to get there.
Faye?
No, not everything is solved. I agree. I think that's the only thing that slightly upsets us. Because, you know, it's 100 years. We need to get the other stuff sorted. I celebrated the whole thing by going to work, was sort of the way I did it, and left my husband to dean it the kids and do the school run. But but I don't know. I still feel like, hey, come on, we've got a little way to go. Somebody in my family, a couple of people in my family, admittedly, they're from Guildford. They did say this week to me that it wasn't as important that my daughter had a good education as my son. So that, you know, that stuff is still there and it's
How
still
does a
around.
conversation like that come up?
And how do you answer? You say, well, no, actually, you're wrong.
The answer was, it was aggressive. We've had the conversation.
I mean, and what's amazing about a week like this is that I knew a lot about the suffragettes, but there's so much this week that I learnt that I didn't know. For instance, because some suffragettes slashed paintings in protest in galleries, 100 years ago, no woman was allowed in a gallery unless they were accompanied by a man, because the fear was that they would then slash a painting. My question is, what man is going to get between an angry woman and a knife? You know what I mean? Who loves art that much that he's going, I'm putting my body on the line for this one?
My question is more, when you slash a painting, is it like when you cut up wrapping paper at Christmas and you're either a shh or are you a
You are definitely the second one.
And look, you know, these women were the punk activists of their time. They weren't just breaking glass ceilings, they were smashing glass windows. Now, here's another thing. I wasn't surprised this week to hear that the Daily Mail were against women voting 100 years ago. I didn't know they invented the word suffragettes as a derogatory term. They invented it as a put-down for the women who wanted voting.
Not surprising, is it?
No, not really. I mean, Daily Mail readers were even more incensed, saying women are taking over, it's all part of a new wave of feminism that these men-hating snowflake... Sorry, that's Daily Mail readers now. Sorry, that's my fault. Again, I mean, what do you make of that?
I think, you know, we should maybe reclaim, you know, words that Daily Mail read now. Right, so you could reclaim the words they used to label you, illegal immigrant.
wanker?
Speaking of which, I did know that Australia introduced voting rights before Britain did for women. I didn't realise the Isle of Man beat both of us, which is ironic considering the name.
Thing is, they gave votes with one hand, took tails off cats with the other, so it's a real mixed bag over there.
And look, while we're talking progress, let's all give it up for Saudi Arabia, everyone, who allowed women to vote in 2011. Well done, Saudi Arabia, keeping up with the time. Look. I mean, you're right. There are so many great things happening in the moment, and I love, personally, that there are so many strong women for my daughters to look up to in public life at the moment. For example, who inspires you guys?
Well, I was named after Maya Angelou, so love her.
Yeah.
Most inspirational woman ever. My mum loved her. She was reading the book when she was pregnant. So, and then also my actual mum. She's quite inspirational. Single mum, raised me and my brother, had me at 18, 19. So, yeah, big up my mum, wherever you are. She's probably watching in Bristol somewhere. All right, love. Them too.
Faye?
That's just everyone, really. I just, you know, I sort of... I mean, I get slightly confused between actors, like, because Meryl Streep, because she played Emily Pankhurst, I just think, you're amazing, you got us the vote. And I go, but it's also because she's making all those other speeches. It
Yeah,
just,
she was Margaret Thatcher as well. It's such a weird life she had.
It's confusing. But,
And look, like I said, in a world where there is still a gender pay gap, where the Me Too movement is making its way to the BAFTAs, there is more to be done. What do you think needs to be done now?
I think that, I mean, you know, I'd like to be paid the same as you. But
you know, I didn't even know that was a thing until it came out in the press. I assumed I was being paid the same as, like, male co-hosts and everything. When it came out, I was like, what do you get paid?
Oh, babe, I've got to talk to you.
Yeah. I didn't know. Now I know, but I was shocked. I was so shocked.
On this show, we're paid per limb. Josh has been paid. I never should have signed that deal.
I mean, one example of things that need to change, in Sainsbury's this week, they were selling Valentine's Day cards, but here's the thing. The cards that were meant to be bought by women for men cost more than the cards that were meant to be bought by men for their wives or girlfriends.
Why is that?
Because they believed that women were willing to pay more for a Valentine's Day card than men were.
But we're paid less. Hang on. I just don't like the maths here.
The way
make
Valentine's
any
cards cost should work is that it should be higher the closer it is to midnight on Valentine's Day. So it starts at 1p on February the 1st.
Yeah.
But by 7 p.m. on Valentine's Day, it's 200 quid.
While we're talking kind of similar to that, Harry Hedgehog asked, not a real hedgehog, is it OK for PepsiCo to create a range of lady snacks, apparently with less embarrassing crunch, less finger mess and inconvenient purse-sized packets? Now, there was an uproar this week regarding an interview with the head of PepsiCo, who said they were looking at launching products for women. These included Doritos that had less crunch, could fit into a purse and had less of those little broken bits that you have to tip into your mouth, because apparently women don't like to crunch loudly in public. They all carry purses and don't like tipping packets into their mouths to get the tiny bits.
Yeah, that's bullshit. I crunch anywhere I want to crunch, you know, if you've got a crisp.
Damn right, you're a proud woman. What did the suffragettes fight for, if not for your right to crunch wherever you want to crunch?
Exactly. I think that's absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
I don't even like Doritos anyway, but it's still stupid.
But also, the tipping the bits into your mouth's the best bit.
Yeah,
if
right.
we start denying women that, we're going backwards, mate.
I think, I don't want to tell women what to do here, but I think you should buy the Doritos, but pay 9% less than the asking price in accordance with the pay gap. That's the way you should get around it. In fact, I think, do you know what? I think all companies should make, not just... I think companies should make snacks for disabled people.
Oh, here we go.
It's up and down with me with, like, things like crisps, because I've always been jealous of the people that put, like, at school, when they put, like, hula hoops in each of their fingers and eat them off. Yeah. And then I thought that was solved with the big hoops, but I'm still not getting them over my thumb. But Pringles, I see you lot with the big hands struggle to get in. I'm like, vroom. I'm stuck. Don't even know, so...
Well, look... look, to help some of these companies out, I've prepared a few earlier. They're just suggestions. You can do what you like. This is a packet of salt and vinegar crisps. Or yours. Do you want to... No? OK, well, I'm going to put those ones away. That didn't seem to work. What about wagon wheelchairs?
When you say wagon wheelchair, I imagined a full-size wheelchair with huge chocolate wheels.
Yeah, I imagine the doctor going, it's bad news, you're going to have to use a wheelchair. Good news, you can eat the wheels.
I mean, anyone fancy a wagon wheelchair?
I'll have it.
I'm right.
OK, I'm going to leave that too. I thought maybe Pringles could release, you know, it's great for you with the hands, but maybe they could release a prosthetic that's hollow and you could fill it with the and then you just take this off when you're ready and you pop, and it's got the slogan, once you pop your leg off, then you stop.
I've also never heard anybody say to me it's great for you with the hands.
Listen, my final one, though, and I have put some work in on this, Alex. I've created extra-large-sized hula hoops.
Oh, thank you, mate.
Yeah, that you can... If you'd like to pass those along to Alex.
Okay.
Cheers.
They've made specifically... I'm pretty sure I got the size right, but I think you can put them on all your fingers. Oh, I hope this works.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, this is heartwarming. It's like
Yeah, I wouldn't...
These are made out of wood, but they smell of
yeah,
barbecue.
he's painted some sellotapes. That's what he's done.
OK that today the UK raised the terror threat from substantial to severe? No. Is it OK that Australia has done the same, except theirs has gone from crikey to struth?
That is the best one of those you've ever done.